Other travel creators might not tell you this, but it is a steep uphill climb here in Gjirokaster. Oh, do you see that, you guys? I am sweating. The water is absolutely stunning here. I'm Kara, and this is my husband Harley and our daughter Zozo. We sold everything we had to travel the world full-time, and today we're going beyond Albania's capital city of Tirana to explore some of the country's most beautiful towns to see if Albania is really worth visiting. So come along on today's adventure. Woo! It is hot, y'all, here in Albania. But we just picked up our rental car. The guy was so sweet, so nice. We actually don't have a car seat for Zozo right now, but the rental car agency actually dropped off the car right to our apartment. They forgot the car seat, so we're actually gonna go meet them at the gas station to go pick up a car seat before we head to Gjirokaster. If you plan on renting a car in Albania, we found the rates to be around 45 to 50 euros per day with insurance included, and cash is typically the method of payment preferred. Well, I had a little bit of an ordeal trying to get the car seat and also just getting the car seat installed, but we're all good. Zora is nice and cozy back there. We are headed to Gjirokaster. So we decided to stop here in Durres because we are so hungry. So before we make our way to Gjirokaster, we are gonna grab some lunch. Durres is just a 45-minute drive outside of Tirana. It's actually near the beach, so it's a really great place to check out if you have limited time in Albania. We stopped at this beautiful restaurant called Epidem Garden, which had vegan options, which is pretty tough to find in Albania, I can't lie. Our total for 3 drinks, 2 entrees, and an appetizer came to just about $33 USD. Albania is a really affordable destination, especially if you're coming as an American. When eating out, most meals cost our family anywhere between $25 to $35 for 3 entrees and 3 drinks. Before getting back on the road, we stopped to grab Zozo some ice cream, of course, that cost only $1, and coffee for us, which cost around $5 for 2 drinks. After enjoying our time in Durres, we got back on the road to head to Gjirokastër. The drive from Durres to Gjirokastër is about 2.5 hours. Something that we heard a lot from people was how crazy people drive in Albania. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous to take this road trip, but we actually found driving in Albania to be pretty easy, especially once we got out on the highway. So don't let that deter you from taking a road trip here. This hotel is so nice, and we only paid $59 for this hotel for the night. Not only is eating out affordable, but accommodations in Albania are also very affordable. On average, we spent around $60 USD per night for our accommodations, which were all very clean and either remodeled or completely brand new. So nice. They also got us these really nice fluffy robes. And we also have a cute little kitchenette. For $59 a night, you cannot beat this. All right, now that we have been driving and we finally checked in, we are gonna go grab some dinner. Our hotel was about a 10-minute walk away from the old town, but it was all uphill, which was definitely a struggle having a stroller on the old cobbled streets. But we ate at the most authentic Albanian restaurant, which was totally worth the climb. We paid less than 28 USD for 5 different dishes, including each of us having beer and wine. For it being the off season, this place was packed and came highly recommended all over TikTok and TripAdvisor. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. So be sure to stop here when you find yourself in Gjirokaster. Other travel creators might not tell you this, but it is a steep uphill climb the whole time here in Gjirokaster. It is stunning, but you're gonna be walking uphill a lot. One of the things you definitely want to do when you're in Gjirokaster is to visit the castle. Entry is $2 per person, so be sure to bring some cash with you. The castle grounds are actually pretty expansive, and there's a lot to see from the dungeons to the preserved artifacts, but you can also get an incredible view from above the town of Gjirokaster. One thing to note that if you're coming in the summertime, you want to do this early in the morning because it can get really hot in Albania. We visited as soon as the castle opened at 9 a.m. and stayed for just about an hour, which was the perfect temperature, especially inside the castle felt pretty cool. So if you're coming to Gjirokaster, and honestly just generally anywhere in Albania in the summertime, just be sure to get out and do the things you want to do early, hydrate, and also dress accordingly. Oh, do you see that, you guys? I am sweating. Sweating. It is so hot here right now. It's got to be closer to like 100 degrees. But we did find a place that had a nice fan, so we're gonna have breakfast here. This place, in my opinion, was one of my favorite meals I had in Albania. We stopped at this super cute restaurant called Tekube, which is located in an old building underneath a mosque, and it's also an antique store, and the owners were so sweet and everything was so fresh. After breakfast, we wandered around the old town, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It honestly blew me away with how beautiful and quaint it was. I really didn't know what to expect from Albania, but Gjirokaster really is one of the most beautiful places in my opinion, and it's definitely worth visiting. The next stop on our Albanian road trip was Himarë, which so many locals recommended to us. We stayed at the most beautiful hotel called the Ria Boutique Hotel, which I highly recommend because you get the perfect view of the water. Himarë was also much more crowded than Gjirokaster was, which also meant the cost of accommodations was much more expensive at around $130 per night. Himarë also offered a lot of trendy restaurants along the water, but we did find them to cater more towards the tourists, of course, which also meant that the food was more pricier as well. So just be prepared for that if you plan on visiting any of the beach towns here in Albania. Well, we're trying to leave out of this 24-hour parking lot. The guy parked a car literally right behind us and then doesn't know how to move it back. So we're basically stuck here, and Harley is like trying to attempt to move the car for him.
That was fun.
Trying to get out of this small parking space, you guys. This parking lot is full. After almost getting stuck in this makeshift parking lot for the day, we headed north to Lavaldi Beach, where we had breakfast at an all-day brunch spot. And I have to say, I absolutely loved this spot and preferred it much more to the beach near our hotel. There were plenty of spaces with sunbeds, which only cost us $15 for a set of 2. So we decided to stop here at Aura Beach Club, and they have a ton of sunbeds, and the water is absolutely stunning here. But you definitely want to make sure that you're bringing some water shoes because it's so pebbly and it's definitely going to hurt your feet. The water temperature here is absolutely perfect. In Greece, it's like super, super cold, which is very refreshing, but it takes some time to get used to it. But here you can just hop right on it. Seriously, I wish someone would have told me how stunning the beaches here were in Albania. We would have stayed longer, but we were off to our final destination of Berat, where we got quite the surprise while checking into our Airbnb. So when you come to Albania, don't be surprised if your Airbnb ends up looking like this, because I'm gonna show you what our Airbnb looks like in this pretty old building. Okay, y'all, I was panicked when we first got to our Airbnb because the outside looked so sketch, but once we got inside, I was shocked. Literally one of the most pristine Airbnbs I've ever stayed at. This is pretty common all over Albania, so just be aware of this when you're booking an Airbnb, that the exterior of the building may look a little alarming. Although we didn't get to spend a lot of time in Berat, we loved how kind the local people were here. Everywhere we went in Albania, we felt welcomed and safe, and Berat was no exception to that. Such a beautiful city. I honestly wish we would have been able to spend more time here. I definitely recommend trying to do at least a one full day, or if you want, do 2 days. After traveling through Albania and living in Tirana for a month, I can confidently say that this place is such an underrated country and is an amazing destination for budget travelers and digital nomads. And fun fact, if you're looking to relocate here as an American, you get 1 year here on your tourist visa. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, and we'll see you on the next one.